My name is Gautam Yagnik, and I'm here from Miami, Florida today to demonstrate an arthroscopic Bankart repair using our Knotless FiberTak system. Today, we're going to highlight some unique instrumentation that's going to help us with this procedure. First is the pivot guide, which is a guide that blends both a straight and curved guide into one guide. The advantage of this guide, it has a nice straight shaft that allows you to get down even a small, low profile 5mm cannula, but it's got a curve at the end, a 7-degree curve that allows you to access even the most difficult aspects of the glenoid. The second item is our flexible fluted drill. And the third item is our passport with the auxiliary lumen. So we have a left shoulder in the lateral decubitus position, and we're viewing from the posterior portal. We've established our single portal just above the subscap with our passport cannula with the auxiliary lumen. We have liberated the labrum here, both anteriorly and anterior-inferiorly. Initially, I use a traditional Bankart elevator, but at this stage, I like to bring in the I-90. It's perfectly shaped for this part of the procedure, and it'll allow me here to continue to release not only the labrum, but the capsular tissue that's adhered to the glenoid neck. The other area where I'll use the Apollo is right here along the rim, just to help me better visualize exactly where the rim of the glenoid is, and this will help for anchor placement. And this is our final prep. We've prepped our glenoid, we've prepped our capsulolabral complex. We're going to introduce the pivot guide into the shoulder. You can see it has this little lip at the end, which allows us to place the guide right on the edge of the glenoid, and it has a 1.5mm offset, so it allows a very reproducible placement of the anchor on the glenoid face. So I'll go ahead and put this down at the 530 position, and I'll hook the lip on the edge of the glenoid, and then we'll bring our flexible fluted drill and place our first anchor. The advantage of the flexible fluted drill is that it clears some of the bone debris and it makes anchor placement even easier. Placed our first anchor, remove the inserter, and then I'll bring my guide out. So we have a very nice placement just on the face of the glenoid. We're now going to use our nano retriever through our auxiliary lumen, and we're going to go and we're going to retrieve our shuttle sutures. So we've brought our shuttle sutures out through the auxiliary lumen for suture management. We're going to bring our repair suture that has been loaded on our labral scorpion down through our passport cannula now. And we're going to be able to get a really nice bite of tissue using this device, not just through the labrum, but through the capsule itself. So you can go ahead and pull that through the capsulolabral complex here. You can see we have a nice, real healthy bite of tissue right at that inferior aspect of the anterior band of the glenohumeral ligament. So at this part of the procedure, we're going to go ahead now and retrieve the loop out of our main cannula here. We're going to go ahead and convert our anchor in a standard fashion. So right when we get down to this part, I'll bring in a grasper or a kingfisher. In this case, we're using a pointy grasper. And the other advantage of this knotless tensionable device is I'm able to go ahead and reduce the tissue exactly where I want it on the glenoid. We can sometimes even shift the head slightly posteriorly, and then we can go ahead and finish tensioning our anchor. And that allows us to not only repair the labrum, but to shift the capsule and really reduce the whole complex to the glenoid. And you can see how we get a really nice repair at this point. We have our repair suture out our auxiliary lumen, so it's not getting in the way. And I like to leave this here so that way I can go back and retension this after we place our next anchor. We're bringing in our pivot guide again. You can see the lip here. Once again, I'm going to kind of grab the rim of the glenoid with that lip. I'm going to angle the shaft. And the nice thing about this guide is it's stouter than a traditional guide, so it allows me to lever just a little bit up on the head so I can really get up on the glenoid face there. So go ahead and give a little tap on the back of the guide to seat it down. Bring our flexible fluted drill. The guide has a nice slot here to allow us to see our anchor coming down through the guide and being placed into the bone. It's also vented on the side, which helps clear the bone. So now we're going to just repeat the same step set that we did before. So at this point, we're going to go down again and use our grasper to help reduce our tissue. So it's not just our anchor doing the work. We're actually going to be able to reduce and push our tissue exactly where we want it on the glenoid. And then we're going to go ahead and tension our second anchors, getting a nice shift here. So we tension our anchor. Nice, really nice. And then we can go back and tension our first anchor, and we can go ahead and get that last little bit of creep out of there. So it's perfect. So we've placed our final anchor here, and we're about to do our final tensioning. So once again, I'll help to reduce my tissue. Take some tension here off the anchor, and we'll go ahead, do our final tensioning. And we're really able to kind of reduce that labrum and that whole capsule and shift everything to really get a nice anatomic repair of our glenoid and a really nice capsular shift. Here's our final tensioning here. We can kind of get a little bit more by putting our cutter down. And you can see we get a really, really nice repair with a really robust capsular shift. I think it's really important, particularly for a patient that's very unstable.